Back on Wrinehill this week for the 4th session. I was on 2 weeks ago. I did blog it, but I accidentally fucking deleted all the footage. But it was a blank anyway. I did hook one on a zig on the Sunday morning, but the hook pulled on it. So, but I've managed to get on the double swim. This is all, I've never seen this swim empty before, so I don't know why, because there's actually 4 anglers here, so I don't know why this is empty, but why it's empty, I'll give it a go. I've been here about 40 minutes now on the loop, but I've not seen one fish. Even though the sun's out and it's red hot, the air pressure's pretty low, a lot lower than what it's been for the last few weeks, so we can normally see them just cruising about on the top and all in the weeds and whatever. I've not seen one fish as I've been walking around, so we can go for a bottom bite. I'm gonna go and get the gear now, get set up, and then look about looking some spots. I have brought quite a bit of bait with me this time. With the pressure being low, I thought it's definitely good for a bottom bite. So I'm gonna fill one spot in and give that a go, see what happens. Probably get tensed out, but you have to try, don't you? So see you in a bit. Quick catch up. The rods have been out about an hour now. I've got one just off the island. It's in about 4 foot, 3.5 foot, 4 foot of water. Just down the back. If you come too far away from the island, there's like a pocket of weed there, so I'm just down the back of that weed. And the other one is just out into open water over a load of particle. I've got on a double plastic corn. I think it's going to get picked up quite a bit of that with some big roach in here, and so it is like on that semi-stiff, so it will reset itself if I keep getting picked up. I'm just going to leave them there and see what happens. I'm looking at just down this margin here on the right hand side. I've not had a look yet, but I think I'm going to stick the waders on tomorrow and have a look down there. So the wind has been hacking into that corner, and there's a load of that scum forming there, so looks good like, but I don't know what it's like. That might be too, I know it is weedy. I've chucked a quick lead there and it just locks up, but I'll have a walk down and see if I see any clear spots tomorrow. So it's about 5 o'clock now. Sun's still bright. I'm not seeing nothing. Like normally when it's like this now, they're all up on top, but I'm not seeing a thing. Keep getting the odd little single beep, but there is. There you go. There's a lot of fry in the. Well, not just the margins, everywhere. When it goes flat curm, every now and then it'll go flat curm, and it actually looks like it's raining. There's that many fry on top. And I've just been watching a park, tried getting on video, but it fired off before I could get the camera out. It's actually pack-manning, like not striking at them, just going along pack-manning across the top, eating these like a carp does. So it won't surprise me if the carp don't start getting on them soon. But apart from that liner then, nothing to report. So I shall see you in a bit. I'll have something to eat now, and I don't think I'm going to redo the rods now. I'm just going to leave them, see what happens. But shall catch you later. Quick catch up now before it goes dark. Still nothing's happened. A couple of liners here and there. I've not redone them. I've not put any more bait over the particle rod. I've left that, but there's been quite a bit of fizzing out there, and the odd fish rolling, but at the tench, I think. So probably going to get tenched out on that tonight. But I put a bit of oil over me the one that's on the island, but I've not redone it. I put it out with a boat with a nugget on, so I know it's fishing like, well, it's supposed to be. I want to sit out. It's gone flat calm now, so I'll be able to light the old thermosol tonight, keep the mozzes away. So I'll sit out for a good couple of hours after dark. So if nothing happens, I shall see you in the morning. Oosh. Morning. No fish last night. The odd liner, but that's about it. It's about 5:45 in the morning now. Been up a good few hours now, but I'm not seeing anything. There was the wind picked up during the night. It's actually quite breezy now. Something all over there then, over that particle again. I heard 2 fish crash in the channel last night. Presuming it's the same fish. By the time I got into bed and looked, because there's chocolate on the foot, you can't actually see where it was, but definitely something knocking about there last night. So I never fish runny rigs, but I've actually got a runny rig on there now, so I'm pissed off with it, put my normal rig on, but because there was definitely something knocking about there. It sounded round about that area where it was crashing. Sounded like a nice fish as well. It's actually blowing a hole in air, and I just had a quick check on the weather, and it's showing a bit of rain, well, heavy rain, coming in this afternoon. But I've just heard a rumble of thunder, so I think I'm going to have to nip to the van before I redo the rods and see if I can untake the front to my bivvy, because the wind's blowing straight into my bivvy. So if it starts raining now, I'm going to have a wet bed tonight. So I'm going to have a bit of breakfast now and then stick the waders on as well and have a look down that right hand margin there, because the wind's hacking into this bank again. Sure, I shall see you in a bit. I've just recast my right hand rod, the one that was over vertical, and I've brought it in. It had been out there all night. I didn't do it last night before I went to bed, which was a mistake because it was fucking tangled. So that's back out on the spot now. I'm not putting any more bait on it because I'm going to have a look down this right hand side in a minute. Put the waders on and have a look. If I can find a spot there, then I'll put it there. If not, I'll bait that again and go out there, make sure it's not tangled this time. But my left hand rod, sorry, the one that's up against the island, I'm going to take that running rig off and put my faithful wafter rig on. I'm going to retie one now. I don't know why I put the running rig on anyway, because I've only ever had one fish on it, and the hook haul was shite, and that was about 4 years ago, so I've never used them since. But so I don't know why I put it on, but anyway, it's coming off now. I'm going to tie me a wafter rig now, and I'll do a little video and let you show you how I do mine. Stick the old spectacles on. I'll start off. I've got a crank hook. It's a quarter crank, size 6. And end trap, soft. Take off about 12 inch. I'll try a snell, not like you're tying a spade end hook, but all the hook the opposite way. You can do it where you spin it. I don't know how you do that, but I just tie it like I tie a spade end hook on. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And back through the hoop. So we end up with it like that. Yep. Cut that tail end off. And set that knot in line with the bow. So, and form your D through the back of the hook. Forming your D like that, and it's just a knotless knot going straight in front, away from the opening on the eye. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cinch it down a bit tight, that's it. So then you've got that focusing. And what I do where the crank is, when you look at, it's got a crank, so that's going that way. So I twist the D the opposite way, so it's going the opposite way to where the crank is, like that here. And just stick it on that middle finger into the wrist. Figure of 8. Yep. Then to mount the wafter, just a pink wafter. It's a piece of nylon. I'll just use whatever I've got left on my spool. I've got £18 on the spools at the moment, so whatever's left I'll just throw in my box just for doing this. Through there and through the D. So then you've got that nylon going through, making a little loop, and there's enough movement there. You don't need I just always use a bait screw, but done away with that and started doing this now. Just less metal work, and we'll have to last us a little bit longer. Trim it off. Blob. There you have it. So the idea of that, twisting that thing, is that as it's sinking through, that'll fall down and the crank will be facing down. So when it's facing down like that, just pull it, as you're pulling it, just turn straight away. Doesn't even move. If you have it facing down, it doesn't even move 2 mil before it grabs. Yeah, I've been using that rig for 5-6 years now. Most of my fish has been on that. 90% of my fish has been on that rig. I did always use a bait screw, but I've done away with that now. After seeing was it Matthew Collins, I think it was, who was on YouTube. That's how he does it. So I've been doing that for the last 12 months or so, which it makes sense, because when you put in a wafter on, you put that bait screw in. It's a bit more finger, so it does waft for a bit. As it takes on water, you're probably going to get 4 or 5 hours out of it before it's allowed on the floor. But with that, it does last the night. So that's how I do mine anyway. Nice one. quick catch up. It's 2:30 now. Nothing's happened. I did walk in that right hand margin, but it's still really deep silt and absolutely stinks like, so just come away from that. And it's pretty deep there as well. It's like it was top of the wave, about probably 2 foot in silt. But and I walked down the left hand margin, and it's clay, but really soft clay like. It feels full of crap on the bottom like. I don't think anything's been feeding there, so I just stayed with the original spots. Put a bit more bait out on the baited bob, and boilers on the other. Like I say, I just swap them rigs over. But I've not had any light, well, job beat like, but could be anything. So it's as though they're in mid water, so I've just put my right hand rod out now on a zig. Actually, I've not seen anything on the surface, so I put it 2 foot under the surface, see what happens. Over top of the baited area, like, so I can keep putting a couple of spods on that, and also it's the stuff falling through the water and see if that has an effect. But it's looking a bit bleak. The lad's just been talking to the lad to my left. He's just done a lap. He's had a tench, and the lad to my right has had a tench. And I think the lad in the far corner over there, I think he had a carp on earlier, but I see him bent into one, and then next thing he's wading out the water, so he must have lost it. I think it was a carp there on for quite a while, like, but that's a bit of the only action I think what's been going on. So I shall see you in a bit. Get in, it's fucking raining. bastard. just had an absolute nightmare. I saw a fish show right on the corner of the island, and some fizzing in the channel, so I completely changed my spots. I put my right hand rod on the corner of the island and a left hand rod down in the channel, right in the middle of the channel, in the 7 foot deep bit. The rod had been out 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and it ripped off just as it was starting to rain. I managed to get it away from the snags where I'd actually dropped it, but then it just carted left, couldn't stop it, and I didn't think it had actually gone on the island snags. It was as though it had gone in a weed bed. So I thought, oh, I might have a chance here with that, but it was absolutely solid. So I put the rod back down on the rest for a bit, went back out to it, still solid. Do a little pull and it's out again. I thought, oh, okay, I'm in here. And it started carting left towards my other rod, so I had to throw that off the rest. And then it's gone into a big weed bed, so it's picked a load of weed up, so I'm just pumping the weed back. The fish weren't fighting then, I was just pumping the weed back, and the line snapped. So I felt the line, it's all frayed, so whatever it picked up over there, it damaged the line. So then I thought, it's the same rig, wafter rig, what I've just dropped in the channel. I'll pull that out, stick that back on the spot over there, just in case there's a few of them there. So I picked that up and fucking failed it to cat. Still got it in the net there, it's stinky. Anyway, so I've got the one that was in the channel now is back on that spot over there. Fucking hammering down. And my right hand rod now just threw the zig back out because I had that set up. And the other one what snapped is just leaning on the bibby now. Just rain, does it stop or not? I'm not redoing it. See you later. Stinky bastard. Morning. I've got an update on the last update. I'll not go through it all again, but actually I've got this catfish in the net, but I've just unhooked from being fouled out. Even I'm confused. So then I put the rod back. The rod that I pulled out to the channel, I put that on back onto the spot where I just had lost the fish from. 10 minutes later, in the pissing down rain, I get a savage drop back. So as I'm running out, looking across, there's a massive boil on the spot. Picked the rod up, nothing, just coming back with the rig. But it was on the leg clip that, and the lead had gone, so I'd definitely been done on it, you know what I mean? So then, obviously gets it back out again there again, in the pissing down room, so soaked to the skin by this time. And the net, the cat what was in the net, I thought I'd left that in the net because I thought if it stops raining, before it goes dark, I'll get a bit of footage of it, even though it was fouled out, like, just for something fucking sure, like. So I picked, obviously it was still raining and it was going dark, so I thought I'll just get a quick video of it going back. So as I picked the net up looking, there's a rig in its mouth. I thought, good job I didn't let it, just let it go like, somebody's rig's in its mouth. So anyway, pulls down, unhooks it, looks at the rig, it's fucking my rig. So what I think's happened, well, it has happened because it was my rig. The cat, what I thought I'd hooked and lost was a cat, and when it's powered, got good for the snag. That's why I couldn't stop it, and it's got in there. When looking at the line angle where it was snagged, it was looked about 6 or 7 foot away from the island line, so that was what was making me think it was in the weed bed. But because it's where it snapped now and I've got everything back, where it has snapped, it was about 6 to 7 foot up the line, and it's like all frayed as though it's definitely been rubbing or something. So whether there's zebra mussels in that weed or there's something else down there, I don't know. Because I think it did make it, well, it did make it into the snags, because it was where it brought down back was about 7 foot away, so it was in the snag. So when I managed to get it out there, and then as I'm pulling the weed back and it snapped. So I don't know whether it had picked my other rod up during the fight, because obviously it weren't on the alarm then. I chucked it in the water, chucked it down in the water, or as it's snapped off and then it's come out the weeds swimming away, it's fucking gone along the line and failed it in the other rod. I don't know what's happened there, but so when I'm playing the other fish coming in, as I picked it up, I thought, fucking hell, I'm in on this one as well, like, and then obviously it was failed out. So it's a blank because it was failed out, even though my rig was in its mouth. Everything's piss wet through. I didn't put my front on my boat, well, I didn't even go and get it, but it weren't actually blowing in the rain, but everything's just covered in sand and shit now. It's been splashing because it was raining that hard. So it's looking like a blank, action-packed blank, but a blank. We've got about 2 hours left now. Hopefully the sun's trying to get through the clouds there, so hopefully everything will dry out before I go, but it's also give more rain. Anyway, so thanks for watching, and if nothing happens in the next 2 hours, I shall see you on the next one.